You're listening to WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.
Welcome to the Mix Lab with your host, Jason Rios and Lefty Hernandez, right here on WHCR 90.3 FM. Join us every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. as we showcase DJs, producers, and artists from all over the world. Get the inside track on what they have in store for us, where they'll be playing at next, and when they're dropping that latest upcoming release. Get all of that right here on the Mix Lab with Jason Rios and Lefty Hernandez on WHCR 90.3 FM, the one, the only, the voice of Harlem.
Hey, thank you for tuning in. It's Jason Rios alongside my partner, Lefty Hernandez.
Yeah. Welcome. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. We're finally back.
Yeah, we are, man. 2025. Welcome, everybody. We've got an exciting show. Do we have news coming up, too?
We got the news. Matter of fact, Kazara, you are on the air. Take us in.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. So I just want to start off by saying it is pretty cold out here. Just to let you know, we are expecting a low of 23 degrees with partly cloudy skies and gusty winds. Now, remember, the winds always make it feel more chillier than what it actually is. So if you're going to be out, make sure that you are taking care of yourself because the winds are about 20 to 30 miles per hour. This evening, that is what is expected. Tomorrow, we're looking at a high of only 28 degrees, but we'll get sun, which is really nice, and a low of 22 degrees. The moon set time is 12:32 a.m. I usually don't mention that, but I know sometimes people use that, when fasting and things of that nature, so I'm sharing that information. And also, remember, if you are a landlord or you're someone who provides heat, you have to keep it a certain temperature indoors. So remember that it has to be at least 68 degrees in the daytime and at least 62 at night. And that's, it's pretty cold, so you want to make sure you are giving enough heat. If you have any issues, you can always call 311. Now, if you are moving around and you're jumping on the MTA, please keep in mind there are delays on the number 4 train. Now, this is a first at this time of day. I'm only seeing delays on new.mta.info on the number 4. You can also go there to find the bus and the railways. If you want to know about GWB crossings, westbound on the GWB, the longest wait time is about 13 minutes. In the opposite direction, eastbound, the longest wait time is about 15 minutes. And going across the Lincoln Tunnel, the longest wait time is about 10 minutes westbound. And westbound on the Holland Tunnel, the longest wait time is about 12 minutes. That is rare for this time of day, so I guess people are like, you know what, I am not going anywhere. I won't take up much more of your time because I'm looking forward to the guest that we are going to have on today, and I'm a fan of hers because I love those little skits that she has, so I'm not going to stand in the way. Thank you so much, and make sure you stay warm.
Well, thank you so much, Kazaya. Thank you so much. Have a Happy New Year as well.
Happy New Year, Kazaya. Awesome. Thank you so much for that intro.
Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have fun.
All right. So tonight we have a great show in store for us.
Yeah, we do. So this is exciting. Once again, welcome to the Mix Lab. We are here live as we do. It's the new year, our new show, kicking it off, WHCR 90.3 FM. It is still the voice of Harlem. Your host, Jason Rios, my man, he's up there. I'm Lefty Hernandez. And yeah, we've got an exciting show today. You know that the Mix Lab, of course, is music, a lot of music, house music. And lately we've been bringing on many great guests. And today, no different. We are excited to have with us. I don't even know how to introduce her because this is so exciting. Anyway, Jason, who do we have?
We have the real, not the fake one, not the artificial one. I mean, we have the genuine,
not the copycat,
not the copyright. I mean, yeah, the copycats.
Yeah,
we have the real Veronica. Veronica, welcome to the Mix Lab.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, on our show, we do have the real Veronica. Now, if you're asking yourself who is the real Veronica. So we mentioned we have a great music show, but you know what? Everyone is in the world of social media, right? So social media, everyone's down looking at their phone, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook. And on these platforms, these social media platforms, you will find the real Veronica. And she's here with us today. And I got to tell you, we're excited. A lot of Q&A is going to come out of this today. A lot of questions, a lot of answers, a lot of just you're going to fill us in. She also has her guest here. I want to let everybody know that she didn't come alone. She's got great company. So
I'm not even going to try to mention her name.
No, it's really simple.
She told me her name. I'll try to remember it again.
So when you're listening, just everybody say hi in your chat, and when you call in, Sol Mari.
Solmari.
That's it. I said it.
Yeah, you had it.
All right. So Sol Mari is here also. So she's not going to leave the show without, letting us know who she is and the part that she plays and why she's here today along with the real Veronica. So we should just get right into it, right? Because time is precious.
Yeah, definitely. Well, one of the main things that I wanted to find out, what is your title as far as when it comes to like doing your video? Are you considered an influencer or a YouTuber?
So when I introduce myself and people ask me what I do, I always say I'm a content creator. Even though influencer has kind of become who I am because I am influencing people, I hate the name. So I like to introduce myself as a content creator because that's what I do.
Okay, awesome. So, again, I just can't keep, stop mentioning the fact that, being on here today and the importance of you here today. So you're a content creator on social media. I discovered you, thank you, Nancy, who was constantly, watching, this thing on social media on Facebook, and I would ask her, like, what are you watching? And she would turn to me and say, you got to check this out. It was the real Veronica. So with that said, we've got all the 5 W's, right? The who are you, where you're from, what's this all about, when this all start happening and why, right? So let's start with who you are. Who you are, Veronica. Besides the real Veronica, who are you? Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, first and foremost, thank you, Nancy.
There you go. Thank you, Nancy.
Listen, the real Veronica is just, I'm just a person who likes to take care of my parents. I'm from the Bronx. I live in Florida. I like to travel. I love my dogs, and that's really it. I have some great friends. I have a great circle. I have a gigantic Puerto Rican family, and I'm really just a very chill, very down to earth. Let's just have fun, not take life too seriously kind of person. That's who I am. So that's a W.
That's awesome.
So born and raised in the Bronx?
I was born in the Bronx. I lived here till about 6, and then I moved to Pennsylvania. So I was raised in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. All right. So
what made you move to Florida? El frío.
El frío, no me gustaba. But, I wanted to change. I'm from a very small town in Pennsylvania. There's not a lot of room for growth. And I've always been somebody that I wanted so much more. Right. And so I knew that wasn't really going to happen.
Clearly.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't really going to happen there. So I said, you know what? And then I had already had family down here. My brother had lived over here, over there in Florida. And I'm like, you know what? Let me try something different. And I left, and we've been there ever since.
In Florida.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So we know who you are and where you originated from. So and bringing us to where we are today. So the real Veronica. Tell us.
How do you get into it?
Yeah, tell us how it all started.
Were you just one day just messing around and just...
So even before I had downloaded TikTok, I had made a couple videos because I've worked in customer service for so long and then call center more recently. And I'm always like, I really want to tell this customer this really, really rude thing, but I can't because I need my job. So I said, let me make a video. Let me make a cute video, to make people laugh. And I did it, and I just posted it on my Facebook, and it got a lot of traction. But then my friends were like, download TikTok. And I'm like, I don't want another social media. So I downloaded it and I posted a video just to make people laugh. I didn't have any ulterior motive. It was literally just to make people laugh. And it just grew from there, and it grew to what it is today, which still baffles me. I still don't get it.
So social media being what it is, right? So, social media has all these, brackets or demographics, right? For us, Facebook is popular. Instagram seems to be probably today's one of leading platform. But then now you just mentioned TikTok, right? And TikTok is of the latest, which there's some stuff going on there too. But so what you're saying is that you originally created where, on Facebook?
No, so I only posted one video on Facebook. My growth really happened when I downloaded TikTok.
So when you went to TikTok.
Absolutely.
Which, and I got to tell you, and I'm glad you're here, because a lot of us, the exciting part of getting to know who you are and what you're doing and all about, is the fact that I think a lot of people have ideas, right? Or they're on social media, and there's a lot of ins and outs that people don't know about. So you obviously are experienced. You definitely have learned a lot, and so we're hoping that you could also tell us a thing or two of what needs to be done. So we're gonna definitely get through it. So so that happened. So you start to grow an audience, right? And so then what? You just, I guess you had no choice but to keep it?
I had to keep doing it because people were like, "Oh my God, I'm learning so much from you," and I'm like, "From what? I'm being mean to fake customers."
But you're being, you're being informative. You're letting people know how they shouldn't be taken advantage of, how they should speak up for themselves, and how should they protect themselves. You know? And it's funny. I heard a lot of your videos, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I never would have ever thought that you would be here with us today. So it is an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
But many videos that you've done, and I've listened to, I'm like, my God, like, people need to know this, and they're afraid to talk. I mean, I work in a college, and a lot of the people that we have there, they're afraid to talk. Like, we're union. But when the boss says one thing, they feel like, oh, that's it. It's law. And no, you have rights. You're a union member. You should be able to say whatever you want. You're like, you defend yourself, say something,
right, speak up.
Absolutely.
But let me ask you, how many videos do you think you have all together?
Oh, man. It's been like almost 3 years in the making.
1,000,
I don't think I'm at 1,000. I'm probably in like the high hundreds. I'm probably like 600-700 videos at this point. Yeah.
So with that said, with so many years of videos, has a lot of the stuff, has it all been exposed, or there's still stuff there that can get kind of recycled or replayed?
So I sometimes re-record some of my more popular ones, just bring it to like today, because remember, the people that are following me now, when I started, they weren't the same people following me back then. Like, I still have some OG followers, but I have a lot of newer followers that maybe never saw the videos that have 10, 11 million views. So every so often I'm like, let me do this one again. Let me do a recreation. And I try to do the same, the same script, and I try to do the same mannerisms. And it's kind of cool because it's like people seeing it that had never seen that original video are seeing it. They're like, oh my God, this is so good. And I'm like, this is what made it. Like, this is what people knew about it.
Well, you know what's funny? I'm sorry.
I know. I was going to say, Jay, I know we have a million questions, so we're going to go back and forth. You go.
No, it's funny that, I struggled to get, when I got 1,000 views, I was like, yes! And she's like, yeah, when I got 11 million views.
Well, that was my next question. So tell it to all our listeners, what's your number? How many followers or?
So all across social media, I have about 2 million followers.
When you say all across all the platforms?
Yeah, so TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
2 million.
Yeah.
Gotta give it up.
That is amazing. And I gotta say something too, that what Jason said before, not believing that you're here with us we are so excited. I think is this the first, like one of the first, real exposures of getting out there or being, talking to the world through a platform outside
live radio show for sure. I've done podcasts. Yeah.
So that for us is a milestone, and it's exciting as well. So everybody, this is why, tune into us, and thank you so much for blessing us with your presence here in Son Mari.
Thank you.
There you go. We're gonna get
Veronika brought her bodyguard today.
Yeah, good for you. So
don't mess with her.
I believe I think so. One of the quick catches once I started, viewing it, two things. First of all, it's satirical, which is great. It's three things: satirical. 2, it's animated, and 3, you tapped into a nerve that you actually say what people want to say, what people think. Because you tell me that you have not been at a job where they're telling you something, and underneath your breath, you're telling, if only I had the opportunity or go do this, or screw you, or this and that. And it's not because we're nasty people. It's because of the treatment that people, I don't know why, they have this self-entitlement of treating people poorly in any place, in any position, in any job, and it's and you on your that's just beautiful. I love it, and and I love it too because it's not like real deep art. It's a stick figure, man. The girl's wearing a triangle dress.
But before we get into that, let's get into the stick figure situation, okay?
We need to talk about that.
Right, we need to talk about that because what I've noticed is not every stick figure has been approved by you.
No.
People are actually getting your followers, and they're trying to snatch up what you created so they can get their popularity, so their numbers can grow, and they can get monetized, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what are we doing about that?
All right. So yeah.
And what do we do about that?
So let's get into that's a good area. So so tell us the fun part, what's happening, and the do's and don'ts and what's going on.
Yeah, so in the beginning when I first started posting my videos, I would get messages from my friends, my followers, my family, like, oh, hey, look at this is so cute. And it was like a stick figure, and I'm like, oh, that's cute, right? So I thought it was just harmless. And then all of a sudden I see that they sometimes have like millions of followers, and they're getting like hundreds of thousands of comments, and they're not tagging me, and they're not giving me the credit. It shows that it's their original audio, and that's how you monetize. You monetize by creating your original content. Right. So the fact that you're using my audio and putting it on your animations and saying that that's yours, that's where you're crossing a line, because I don't care if you create the animations, but you got to give credit where credit is due, because I work on these. I work hard on these, and I'm trying to grow my platform, and you're taking it from me. Right. So I have been in contact lately with a couple animations, only about 3 or 4, and we've sort of worked out a deal where they pay me monthly, and they still go ahead and submit theirs, and they'll upload them, they'll tag me, and they'll say that this is Veronika's audio, because they're getting they're getting reported, they're getting their pages taken down and stuff like that, because what they're doing is copyright infringement.
Right, exactly.
I was just going to say that. So in this business, it's about copywriting. So so when you put out originally, when you first started, and it's bring me back, because now you said, because I know the animation. When you first started, it was an animation. You didn't.
No, I'm not an animation.
So you're a content creator, and it was video with your face, you and whatever whatever scenes you created.
It's just me doing both characters, or 3 or 4 characters. How many characters I put in my skit?
Perfect. All right. And now that is there a way for you, because you're doing that today? And again, this is the part where we're educating our listeners, right? And even me, because how do you do these things and want to continue to do it because you feel protected? Like, where is the copyright? How does Facebook, how does TikTok, how do these platforms protect you or help you? Because
they definitely do they help you?
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that reporting them does nothing. Reporting them, they're like, oh, we found no violation, moving on.
They benefit so much from you doing this.
I know, but so you do have a form that you can fill out to let them know this is my content. It is the form takes maybe about 10 minutes, and it's for each individual video. So there's hundreds of thousands of animations out there. It would be the only thing I could do with my time if I was sitting there.
But let me ask you a question then. How about if you was to, because I produce music. I create a track, I give it to the record label, they place it out there. I have to copyright every one of my tracks. Anybody tries to use any samples of my track, anything, it gets flagged. Like even right now on Facebook, if Lefty was right now it's DJing and he threw on a popular song, Cathedral or whatever, it's going to start getting tagged. What is it? The algorithm says, this song is not, you can't play this on the air because they're complaining in Britain or whatever, Why can't they do that with you? Can't you just copyright your material so that way they won't, it can get, it can fall into that algorithm. Yeah. So if anybody tries to use your voice, they can get flagged.
So the thing about posting videos on these platforms is that they're automatically copywritten because of the date and time stamp of when you submit the video, when you post it. But they just don't do that. I guess it would be impossible for them to go out there, for the hundreds of thousands of creators, millions of creators that are out there, to do that for every single person. So they leave it up to you to submit your copyright reports, which again, you can do it, but it's a very lengthy process. And they shut down one page and another one is up within a day. So honestly, I'm at a point where I'm picking my battles, and this is just a battle that I'm like, okay, I'm fighting it, but it's not my main focus right now. If anything, is bringing more people to find out about me, because everybody's asking who's the voice behind these. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm just not okay with the fact that they don't tag me and they don't let people know this is not our stuff. This belongs to this person who works really hard on her content.
I just want to say, for those people who are piggybacking off of your material and benefiting off of your material, shame on you.
This is true.
Shame on you.
But it sounds to me too that, so again, right, Jason, DJ, and being in the music business, you learn early about copyright, right? When you record music and do this and that. But it sounds to me that in today's world, so many social media platforms that encourages everybody to do these things, but it's not to our benefit.
Right.
It's to their benefit. And clearly it appears already that there's a lot of loopholes that they say, oh, well, put it out on your own risk.
Yeah.
They'll capitalize on it, and they have no problem covering their butt.
Right.
But for you, it's like, well, you do it, have fun. We love it. We encourage you to do so. And it sounds to me also too that they know that your one is going to multiply 1,000 times.
Right. Exactly.
1,000 times for their interest. Wow. We live in a...
And you know what's funny? Because not so long, well, a couple of years, I can't say their name, but recently I worked with someone.
Joey Zuzu. I'm kidding.
All right, Joey Zuzu. I did a track for this person, and they took it upon themselves to take my material, give it to another producer to do their own version of it, and use the vocals that I created. And I wasn't gonna make a big thing about it, but I did submit it, and they put a cease and desist on it. And the revenue that they generated from that track actually came to me in a check.
Good.
And I was like, I didn't want to do that, but
It's
I was
only
like,
fair.
Right. That is only fair.
Exactly.
And how long? So you started doing this for fun, and it became a career. It does become, if you follow it through, and especially same thing. We do something out of passion, and it just just continue to build and grow and grow.
Yeah.
So altogether, how long have you been doing this?
About 2.5 to 3 years.
That's it?
Yeah. You would think, right?
Yeah.
30 years.
She said TikTok and all these platforms. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So and with that said, how long does it take you to produce an average?
Oh boy, y'all gonna hate me. It probably takes me a total of 10 minutes to post, record my video.
Leave right now.
Well, let me ask you, how many times have you walked through an airport or down the street and people tell you, hey, I know who you are?
Oh,
Does that
man.
happen all the time?
All the time.
Yeah.
It freaks me out. It's still very weird that I'm sitting in a restaurant and I know people are staring. And I'm
so cool.
I almost rather them just come up to me and say hi than to just sit there
Then just stare?
Yeah.
Well,
Because they definitely stare.
Yeah, sure. It's what do they call that? Not the shell shock. It's
Starstruck.
Starstruck. Yeah, starstruck.
I'm not
exactly.
a star.
Well, you are. Once when you that's the whole thing that people don't get, right? And a lot of people they like, not that they like the glamour, like the work, right? You want to, for those that want to get into acting, for those that what we do, and whatever it is, once you begin to do that, for the sake of the public, you actually are now public. Not public property, but you're out there.
Yeah.
And so you got to take it all in. And obviously there's a lot going on, all the good, but with it, there's a lot of mishaps and things that, so, wow. So where are we at this, today with everything that's going on? How are we troubleshooting? How are we, moving forward?
Well, regarding the animations, like I said, I've reached out to a couple of them. We have a couple deals going on. There's still so many more out there. A lot of them, for example, one animation company might have 3 pages. So it covers all 3 pages. And then, so it's maybe not 10,000, but it's probably like 5,000 that I have to actually reach out to. So I'm working with them just to see, hey, I don't want you to pay me millions of dollars. Be fair. I get it.
Yeah.
People like the animations. There are some people that really like the cartoons, and that's okay with me. But there has to be, the credit has to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm just, I'm reaching out to them, and we're working on it.
So you just tapped another area. You said that companies. So there are companies that actually.
Oh yeah, these animation companies are actual companies that do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they easier to work with? I mean, do they recognize the fact that it's not their material?
Yes.
And so they go ahead and kind of ask you permission rather than, because that's the right thing to do. A professional company says, you know what, there's something out there. It's not ours. We'd love to use it. We'd love to incorporate it. Do they reach out to you?
No, I've reached out to them.
Wow.
They haven't. There's one company, which is Animation Media. I'll put their name out there because they actually did it the right way.
Awesome.
They reached out and they're like, hey, we want to post your animations. Can we do it? And we'll pay you. And I'm like, yep. And I'm like, that's a great idea. So I started reaching out to the other ones like, hey, you're either going to get a cease and desist and your page is going to get taken down, or we can work something out. And they're like, let's work something out. But they've been very receptive.
Who are they again?
There's so many of them.
No, the
Animation Media, and Real Toon Tribe actually.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
Real Toon?
Real Toon Tribe, yeah.
Real Toon Tribe. Real Toon Tribe and Animation Media.
Yeah.
You got a question?
No, I just wanted to ask you because my grandson comes over to my house and he puts on these internet shows, and it's like I don't know if you ever seen it. It's a family, and one of the kids actually passed away, so he has wings. You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
So he's an animation, but he has the wings. And the family's profiting off of that. They getting monetized. They're living off of that. But when are we gonna be able to see you? Is it that hard to get picked up? I don't know. So because you have so much out there, and so many people know who you are. It's just a matter of time before somebody comes along, NBC or CBS or somebody, and say, "Listen, you know what? We want you."
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm into acting right now, so I mean, I'm open and ready for them to call.
You're ready.
They can call my assistants or my.
There you go.
People call my people.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So since you brought her into the picture, what part do you play in all this?
Well, I am Veronika's best friend, but I also help her along with her projects here and there. I try to assist her as much as I can.
Okay, that's good.
She's my calendar.
Excellent.
All the voices, your voice?
Yes, I do all the voices.
Awesome. I wanted to ask because we're definitely getting in deep, right? And it just keeps going deeper and deeper, which is great. He mentioned about being recognized and hopefully someone knocking at your door and saying, "Hey, we want to do something or produce." How about the fact that these two companies, Animation Media and Real Toon Tribe?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you have the opportunity to sit down with them and kind of do some kind of, an agreement, so exclusive work with them, that you fall under their umbrella and therefore they actually cover you, take care of you, so that they protect you with copyright stuff?
No, because I am not an animation. I'm a whole person with facial expressions.
Oh, so they're doing on the graphic end.
Yes,
right.
Yes. I don't like the animations. I'm not a fan. I don't like them.
Really?
I work with them because when you can't beat them, you have to try and find a way to join them. Because they were going to do it regardless, right? So I might as well benefit.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Right.
Okay.
So, but I'm not an animation. I'm not interested in being a cartoon. I don't want a cartoon of Veronika. I am Veronika.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, bro. I'll tell you one thing. If someone came along and said, "Listen, $10 million."
No, now we can talk. Hold up. But yes.
I know.
But you're prioritizing, your program, your style, so the Real Veronika, and I have seen where you're playing both roles. You're playing, the receptionist, and you're playing, the guest, the person coming up, the customer, or whatever it may be. And it's really a lot of it. Speaking of that, so you said you worked in customer service, so that's probably where a lot of the ideas and experience came from, right? But I love the fact that one of the ones that really I enjoyed were the ones that the ones that has the boss say to you, "Hey, Veronika, I need you to do this, and I need you, whatever it is, and I need it in this time, and you have to, and I know that, or I need it on a Saturday, and I need you to come in," and you're saying no, and you clearly say no, and well, it's in, you're supposed to, be a team player, and well, are you going to pay me for it? Well, I love that because it's the truth.
Yep.
That every company, every business says to you, and they and people don't realize that you have the right to push back.
Absolutely.
And people are afraid to push back, right? And so people end up doing work that, a 40-hour work turns out to be 60, 80 hours of work, right, honey? And the thing is, and only because you're good workers, you're dedicated, right? You believe in the work that you're doing, right? So to you is like you want to get it done and you want to do the right thing, but these companies make you believe that you're doing the right thing, and the fact is, though, they're taking advantage of you.
Yep.
They're taking and you've expressed that in many videos clearly, and you did it in satirically, right? You did it and people were laughing, but it's the truth, and you're nailing it. I love that. So kudos to you.
But also, many people get accustomed to that. For example, in my job, if you don't sick days, if you don't use them, you lose them. So come at the end of the year,
I'm gonna be sick a lot.
yeah, no, but there's people that say, no, I got to go in because and I'm like, listen, you earned that time. It's your time. Oh, but I don't want them to get upset.
It's amazing.
If you don't, are they going to get upset when they don't pay you? You know, like at the end of the year when you don't have that check coming in, you know, when you lose those 10 sick days or whatever because you didn't use them, nobody feels bad for you. So don't feel bad about them. You know, they have millions of dollars, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So tell us on that note, because that's also not easy to come up with a sketch with that detailed kind of information. So how'd you do it?
I don't know. My brain just like, so I've worked in corporate a lot, since I was like 18. I've been in banking, I've been in leasing and all that. So I've had all these different jobs where I've experienced that your managers and all this, they're just trying to get as much work out of you as possible. And then it doesn't always translate to, them being there for you when you need it. So I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? No, like I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna do exactly what's expected of me. I'm not going above and beyond. I'll go above and beyond when it's Veronika's company.
Exactly.
When I'm working for Veronika, that's when I'm gonna go above and beyond. Right now, I'm gonna do my job because one thing I'm gonna do, I'm showing up. Might as well do my job. Yeah. But to kill myself over a company that would replace me tomorrow if I died, no, I'm not.
Right,
exactly.
But you express it so well.
Yeah.
And you make the points very, very
I'll
clear.
tell you what. So I've always been somebody, and she can tell you she laughs at everything I say for some weird reason. When you can make people laugh, they listen. So, excuse me. So so that's what I do. Like, I'm like, I can tell people exactly what I need to say. But if I can make them laugh, they'll get it. It'll stick, but they'll understand the message behind it. So that's why I do it that way.
While we have everybody on, we have decent amount of people now who are online now. If anybody has to call in and ask any questions, if you want to pick it right now with Veronika, call in 212-650-6903. Call into Mix Live. We're going to put you right on the air.
Seriously, we definitely want. I know there's a lot of people out there like us here. Who just I've seen you, want to know more, and it's the best. And of course, again, we were talking earlier. We had here at the station, the general manager who's retiring, and she in the interim one is coming in, and they were both here earlier before the show, and we're talking about the significance and the importance of this media, radio. It's not a dying breed, although things are changing, social media, but definitely a very important platform. And we have a lot of listeners, and we still want people to tune in, and we want them to call us to get to know you on a one-on-one. So tell them the phone number. Can you see that phone number?
Yeah,
tell them to call you. Go ahead, Veronika.
Okay.
There goes a call.
212-650-6903.
Yep, 212-650-6903. There's a call.
Okay, there's a Mix Live. Who's speaking?
This is Nancy.
Yeah. I love it.
I gotta say hello to my.
Hello.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Say that again.
Yeah, I just have to say hello to my girl Veronika.
Hi, Nancy.
No, seriously, you just everything that you say is what I think, but I don't dare say because, of course, you just can't. And I've been following you for well over about a year and a half, and like Lefty says, we're in the car. I'm like, oh my God, this is hysterical. You got to watch this. You got to see this. Because I'm in love with you. Seriously, I'm in love with you.
Oh, thank you. Lefty, don't get jealous. It's okay. There's enough love to go around.
And you're like my best friend in my head. You know?
Oh, I love that.
You get me.
Don't worry, Mari. She's not trying to take me from you.
You're totally like in my head and in my world, you're like my best friend. You know me. You know what I went through today at work, and I get to hear you just speak it to the world. It's almost like I hate HR sometimes, but you also hate HR,
right?
But a little more than I do, but just as much and enough to get me through my day. So when Lefty says, or anyone says, you putting in 50, 60 hours, a week in work and reporting and this and that to a company that, if you die tomorrow, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say that, but
Oops.
Sorry about that. But no, seriously, you just say it all, and it's just funny and it's fun, and you have a unique voice. You're just that chick.
Oh, thank you so much. That means so much to me. Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
Really, and thank you.
keep it going. It's so much
Oh, I
fun.
will. Oh, I intend to.
Yeah, and I hope you know, and I wish you lots and lots of success. And I'm so sorry that, you know, I didn't even know all these things happen in the world, and you know, you bring it to light, and it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry that your hard, you know, earned work is being. You
It's
know,
okay. I'm very blessed.
by others.
I'm not even mad.
Honey, we got a new friend, so don't worry about it. We're gonna tap her, yeah. So you know.
100%. No, she's 100% blessed, but talented, and so talented and so kind. So
Awesome.
I'll leave you with that, and I hope to keep. I'll continue to follow you. That's all I can do.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you, bestie.
Yeah, you're her bestie. You see, you're her bestie.
Be well, and yes, and my love to your best friend who's there as well with you.
Awesome. Solmari.
Thank you for calling in, Nancy.
Nancy.
All right, don't be jealous, somebody.
She's too funny. Thank you, Nancy, honey. Thank you. You opened up the floodlines. It's beautiful.
Have a happy New Year.
Okay, thank you so
Take
much.
care.
We got another call coming in. Awesome. Thank you, hon. Good. Here we go. All right. That's good.
Did I hang up?
Did the hand call again? Listen, whoever's calling, this is exciting and this is great because we need you guys and we want to hear from you. 212. There it is. There's a call. 650-6903. You're on the air. Well, we'll try it again. Go ahead. 212-650-6903. All right. I think there you go. Bear with us. We're trying to punch you into the line. Did you get it? There's the call. There it is.
There we go.
You're on the air.
Live. Who's speaking?
Hi, I'm calling from Pennsylvania. My name is Ada del Valle.
Hi, Ada.
Thank you for calling.
Hi, Ada.
Hi, I'm one of her greatest fans from here, from Amish country.
Awesome.
Amish country.
I lived in Florida. I love everything she says about Florida. But one of the things that I want to confirm that is so true. One day I was talking to a good spiritual daughter of mine, and I said, "Have you heard this girl? She is the bomb." And she said, "That's my cousin."
Oh, God. Norma?
Yes. So, and then you started, you did a episode whereas ten cuidado when you talk about me because
You got family.
Because I got cousins everywhere.
I don't know if I saw that episode. I got
That's so true. And you lived it.
Yes. So I just want to say keep up the good work.
Oh,
You're
thank
amazing.
you. Thank you
Yep,
so much. I
am
appreciate
your
that.
Number one fan.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Ada.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for calling, Ada.
Thank you. Yeah, you've got a lot of people out there, and we were hoping that we get a lot calling in and get that one-on-one with you. And so she just tapped on another great point. So to watch these videos and your work, how do we find you? What do we do?
So wherever you want to look for me, you can look for me at The Real Veronica.
We got another call coming in.
Yeah, there's
Awesome.
The Real Veronica on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook.
So it's simple as The Real Veronica.
Yeah, and it's Veronica with a K.
I was just going to say that. Okay, you got
Okay, there's a mixed live. Who's speaking?
Oh, phone's ringing.
Oh, it's Rhythm.
Hi, Rhythm.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Just want to
Oh
put.
my God, I really wanted to be there. I really did want to be there today, but I don't know. I've been fighting something for the past couple of weeks. It's just like, I just can't. I barely make it work, you know?
I'm so
my
sorry.
God. I really wanted to be there. Anyhow, I just want to say, Veronica, man, you are something, girl. You know, for the first time I spoke to you on the phone, and I said, hey, you want to be on the Mix Lab? I told Jay, I was like, oh, my God, this girl is really something
Aw.
special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys know words of affirmation is my love language, right?
That's perfect.
Yeah, you know, we kicked it off on the phone like so naturally, you know.
Yeah.
But I do want to mention one of my favorite episodes.
Okay.
One of my favorite episodes when you come to visit to New York at your friend's house. And you like, where's the air conditioning? And she's like, and you're like, oh, but where's your second bathroom?
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
That's
Oh
hysterical.
my God, that one is one of my favorites. And about the hoagie.
Yeah, what's a hoagie?
Hoagie.
Yeah, it's a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hoagie.
It's like a
Yeah,
hero, but we call it a hoagie down there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is so
Like, well,
awesome.
what is this? She said,
I forget. I'm from Florida.
Go back to Florida. That's what you could do.
This is great. We got a lot of. This is one. I just want to let people know that we have one phone line. Rhythm, you hang on. You stay with us. But people, while you're calling, we're not
get through. Just
keep calling. We're gonna get to all the calls. All right. So just bear with us as we got people, talking to the real Veronica. Go ahead, Rhythm.
Yeah, so no, I'm not gonna keep you, but I just want to say, man, I really wanted to be there today and actually meet you in person. I hope that one day we can meet in person.
Oh, absolutely. Don't you worry. I'm always in New York.
Awesome.
Oh, great. Maybe we could do lunch or something.
Yeah.
Get together.
Contact my assistant. She got you.
You always wanted to say that, right?
Always.
You always wanted to say that. That's cool. That's awesome.
Always.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
just want to, to let you know that, you really are a big influencer on a lot of people. You say what a lot of people want to say. And I know Jay was talking about me about calling out to work. He could just say it.
I don't speak English.
Hablo inglés.
Like, but why do you call out? I'm like, yo, I can't be calling out.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yep. I told you.
Image of me was all over the place.
From now on, I'm gonna have Veronica call you.
That's right. That's right. Just give me your job's number. Every other Thursday, I'll be like, I'm not feeling well.
Right. There you go.
I'm a little workaholic. I'm sorry. I'm a workaholic.
I get it. I get it.
You know what? You and Nancy are sisters at the hips or something, because you guys dedicated.
Well, thanks for calling, Rhythm.
I'm not going to keep it long because I know a lot of people want to talk to you, but thank you again for, coming and blessing the Mixed Lab. And,
For sure.
I hope to meet you in real person.
You will, I promise. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Rhythm.
When you go home back safely and definitely we'll get connected.
Sounds
again.
good.
All right. Okay, guys.
Take care.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hi, this is the Mixed Live. Who's speaking?
Hey, what's up? This is Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, what's going on, brother?
Nah, I'm just listening, and congratulations. Your show, you guys just keep getting bigger and better people.
That's awesome. Thanks, Jamie.
You're amazing. But I wanted to just share a story about how I kind of used her skits to kind of get my point across to one of my managers.
Nice.
I love that.
First of all, you didn't get fired, right?
We're not. Listen, no, we're not holding any. Listen, she's exempt.
Yeah. I cannot pay your bills, sir.
Well, I'm always getting not in trouble, but looked at because once I catch one of these, I get stuck on it. I'm watching them and I'm laughing hysterical, and I forget I'm in my office.
That's funny.
And people are walking by and they're like, "What's so funny?" They want to know, and then I put them onto it. But I kind of used it once because I had a similar situation where one of the managers was trying to get more out of me, and you knew they wasn't going to compensate you, and it was just to squeeze the life out of you. So instead of me saying it directly to them, I kind of let the skit go, and I was by them, and I'm cracking up laughing to get their attention, even though I was laughing for real. And of course they come over and they're like, "Hey, what's so funny? What is this?" So I was like, "Oh," and then I played it for them. And then it was literally relevant to the situation
I love that.
we were just dealing with. And you sort of change in their face like this, and I was like, "It's so real, isn't it true? She's hilarious." You know what I'm saying? And you've seen them register where okay, I get it.
Yep.
I understand.
That's
now.
awesome.
That is awesome. I love that.
I'm not gonna mess with you no more. So if anybody listening out there, if you want to say something to your manager in that sense, and you don't have the balls to do it, play one of these things in front of them, laugh, let them be interested, and then you let them hear it without you saying it. Hopefully they get the point.
That's amazing.
That's great.
You kind of saved the day because I haven't been bothered since.
I love that. You're welcome.
There you go. Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Where do they? Where does it?
How can you help more? Nope, no more of that.
So where does Jamie send the check to? No.
So I just inbox me. I'll give you my address.
Right.
Actually, assistant, if you don't mind.
There you go. Yeah. All right. She's got her working today. Jamie. So all jokes aside, being abused at work and doing this, it actually has helped.
Yeah, like I said, since I let them hear it and I kind of let them know that's kind of how I feel about the situation, it has not been brought up again.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah. I love that.
There's something to be said about this, and you know what, in a way to get the word out, maybe
right.
there's an educational side of it.
people don't want to confront their managers, don't want to take a chance and say exactly
Wow.
how they feel when they're squeezing you. So this is a funny way, but still to get your your point across.
Exactly.
It's
Right.
accepted. And,
Yeah.
you know, so it worked out for me. I don't know if that's going to be the case for everyone else, but it definitely did. And it's been months now since I've been asked, like, what other 20 other things are you going to do to make you? I'm like, nope, you got what you got. And I still do weigh. I wear too many hats at work.
Right.
But,
That's awesome.
you know, it was just a great way to break the ice and to get my point across
For
without
sure.
being unprofessional or seem like I'm not a team player, and them getting the point. So you know, once again, your skits and what you're doing helps in a lot more ways than just laughter.
right. That's
And
I'm glad I could be of service, Jamie.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
thank you so much, and continue the good work.
Awesome,
guys,
Jamie,
and
thank
let me
you
know
for
when
that.
I'm coming back.
I want to say, Jamie, thank you for that, because the truth is that you actually help, others. Even though we're all, this is what we're doing here, and it's fun, it's satirical, but the truth is there's some real issues, and you let people know that we're not alone, and you can do something about it. So thank you, bro. Thanks for calling in.
We have rights.
Thank you, Jamie.
Oh, of course.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Blessings. Awesome. A lot of people are still calling. Continue to call 212-650-6903. We have one line. It's not a multi-board.
Yeah, we haven't.
Where we
got there yet.
can grab all the calls and put you on hold until you just hang on until the next person is over. So just keep calling us back. Don't despair or don't give up hope. Okay, we're gonna get to you. And when you're ringing and calling and we don't pick up, it's only because we're talking to someone else, and we're gonna get to you next. Okay, so you're awesome. You see what you're doing here?
I love
You
this.
see
And
what's
you
happening?
didn't think this was beneficial for nobody?
So in the beginning, and then little by little, I started getting like direct messages, inbox messages, and all that, with people like, "Thank you so much for what you're doing. I did this. I spoke up at work. You gave me strength to do this." And so little by little, I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna accept this little gift that God gave me to be able to, get through to people and everything." So I do accept it now that what I'm doing actually does matter.
That's
And the
awesome.
calls,
That's awesome.
the questions and the
Okay.
calls keep coming. Go ahead.
This is the Mix Live. Who's speaking?
You're on the air. Who's this? Hello? Hello? Okay. Just call back. Just call back. If it's a disconnect, if there's a, a connection problem, just call back. All right. With that said, there's the call. They're coming back in. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, hello?
There you
Hi.
go.
Who's speaking?
This is Mark Blake.
Hey, Mark. What's going on, brother?
How's it going, Jason? I actually was just listening to some of the reels from Veronica, because I don't know all the social media, so I was enjoying that. But just want to say your story is phenomenal and inspiring, and with so much going on, I appreciate your humility that you still maintain.
Oh, thank you.
That is so awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, being humble is one of those things. My mama don't play with that.
Yeah.
She always taught me stay humble no matter what.
Right,
No
there you
matter
go.
what, you stay
Yeah.
humble, because you just never know.
Good for you. Good for you. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Awesome. Thanks.
right, Mark.
So we're having fun here. We've got great listeners tuning in. We got calls coming in, and this is real. It's fun what you're doing. We're getting to know you, getting to know about you, and what you're creating and what you have created. And I want to read this. So on the board here, Liz Fisher. Hey, Liz. Hi, Liz. Happy New Year, Liz. Liz is a great person. She
Hi, Liz.
supports us in the music and the gigs when I'm creating events and producing shows. She comes down to the shows, but she pointed out a great a fact here, and I want to read it. It
And
says,
Liz should call in. Liz, you should call in.
you know
I'm
what? That's
sorry.
a great point. Hey, Liz, you out there? 212-650-6903. Call us, Liz. 212-650-6903, and tell the world, and explain to Veronica what I'm reading here on the board, which is true. And you're probably one amongst thousands of people who are sharing the same experience that you have or are having in the corporate world. You out there? 212-650. Liz, call us. Maybe I hope you're on the train or something. But 212-650-6903. Liz, give us a call, okay? Talk to the real Veronica. Tell her.
So Veronica with a K. I got a question for you. So a lot of people call and a lot of people say, wow, how they're taking your advice, how they're able to take a stand by what you say. But has anyone ever called and say, listen, I got suspended, fired because of me, I stood up for myself? And has anyone?
So I've gotten a couple comments like, I tried this and I got fired, and I'm like, people, you got to do this with tact. You can't. Right. This is a satire video. Like, you can't go up in there and talk about go talk to your mama like that. Like, what? No, you can't do that. So you got to know how to say it.
That's funny. I can imagine.
All right, we got another caller. This is the Mix Lab. Who's speaking? You're on the air.
Hi, it's Liz Fisher.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, Veronica. Hi, Lefty.
Hi, Liz. Great to hear you.
Likewise. So, Veronica, thank you very much. It's so nice to see an actual person, and after watching your reels and sitting back and smacking my head and going, wow, there are other people out there who actually have the nerve to actually stand up and say, okay, you're not going to pay me. Well, here are my bills.
Yeah.
Pay for my bills. Or, I'm available from 9 to 5, and after that, that's it. Mm-hmm. So this is my time. But what I actually wrote was, when I worked in corporate America, I was expected, and Lefty, I'm sure Nancy can attest to this, I was somewhat expected to basically be on call 24 hours a day because I supported the big wigs, and if they were traveling, especially to another country, I had to be ready. And so with that also came the hesitation of using my sick days, my vacation time. I was basically scheduling my vacation around my manager's time. Mm-hmm. It's until I finally realized, where is the work-life balance here? I have a life. They have a life. They're not going to schedule their time around my time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, get somebody to back me up. And so now the company that I work for, it's interesting because I still have that work ethic of working after hours. However, if I'm in the office or when I'm in the office and it's past 5 o'clock, they'll come to me and they'll be like, why are you still here?
Right. You teach them how to treat you.
No, this is the corporation that I'm at now. It's, you are available for 7.5 hours. This is your time. If we need you, everything can wait till tomorrow.
Right.
That's right.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it took me some time to actually adapt to that mentality because my whole entire work career, I've worked in finance. And so my job now is like, no, this is your time, and there's no sense of urgency on anything that we do, so therefore it can wait till tomorrow.
That's great.
That's awesome.
But I could keep rambling on, but Veronica, thank you. It's a pleasure to actually see an actual real person with a voice, and I'm like, oh my God. So Lefty, thank you for having her on, and Veronica,
thank Jason
for doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you so much. And you know what, Liz, and you're a big part of us, and thank you for all your support always. I probably don't tell you this enough, but you really appreciate it, and really grateful that you're a part of us. And thank you for calling in and chatting with the real Veronica. Thank you, Liz.
You're listening to
Take care.
WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.
Yes, the voice of Harlem.
We are here. It's live. Yeah, it's the voice of Harlem. WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. I'm Lefty Hernandez. Jason Rios is your host. I'm your co-host, and we are here with two wonderful people. We've got the real Veronica and Solmari. I love that. I do it really quickly. Solmari. I gotta get that accent, and yeah. So, you guys are both here. I mean, tell us more. That whole thing. That's exactly what I was going to read. Liz had posted that the company expects to be on call like 24 hours. Like they, you always see the CEO people, the upper echelons, right? You see them, come in on a Tuesday and leave on a Thursday, and right. But then when they come back, they're all over you, like you're not supposed to have a life, or where is this and where's that, and how, And I love the fact how 5 o'clock comes. This is one of my favorites, that they'll tell you Monday morning we're having a meeting, right? And here's your list of priorities. But they're the first ones that come in and they tell you this has to be done and has a deadline. But they're the first one to break up that deadline and tell you, I need this. No. I need this more important than that. And then once you give them that, they come back and turn around and say, yeah, but I gave you a list of priorities. You're supposed to have that done.
Yeah.
They're never satisfied.
You're not supposed to have had that done. But they're the first ones to disrupt you, and they're also the first ones to put you up against the wall. And this is where you've come in and pushed back. And so tell us more.
You can only do one thing at a time.
I got to admit something. I was one of those guys that will pick up the phone and be like, yeah, whatever. Let me, get this done. And when I saw your video, I was like, oh my God, there is a live person on the
right,
internet,
and that's what I love. That this is not only showing employees how to sort of push back to rude customers. Excuse me, to rude customers and their employers. This is also a wake-up call for the caller, for the customer, to be like, wait a minute, am I that rude customer?
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of comments with people like that too, like, thank you so much for bringing this to light, because yes, you're absolutely right. I'm not the only person that's called in yelling at them today. They're on a probably 8-hour shift and they've probably gotten 15 rude people today, and I've contributed to this person hating their job, and I don't want to be that person. So
have you ever been that person?
No, I'm very respectful. My mom taught me respect. I don't care what nobody says. Like, I might get frustrated, and if I ever feel myself getting frustrated, I'll apologize, but I'm never a rude person. The only way you get rude, Veronica, is if you are rude to Veronica. That's the only time.
But you know what? Like, I've called, and and I hate saying this, but sometimes I call, and the first thing you hear, this is tech support, and I'm like, bro, put somebody who speaks English, and they're trying to tell me they speak English, and I argue with them.
Yeah.
Right.
And now I look at it, I'm like, damn, I'm messed up.
Yes, you are.
But it's also,
I'm so wrong,
But it also is a sign of how, our country has also, without telling us, they've cheapened us, because they've given work from here to save money to people overseas.
Right.
And the thing is that it's not that person's fault. That person is just working to pay, their bills and feed their family, just like we're trying to do.
Right.
So
well, there's a twofold.
Come on, let us pray.
Right. There's a twofold too, because a lot of the jobs that are offered, a lot of people won't take, and guess what?
Exactly.
These people, they do it, and they do it very well.
Exactly.
And a lot of times, and I stop myself from telling them, listen, I appreciate your help. Please stop reading the script.
Yeah, let's just have a conversation.
Let's just talk.
We also got to remember, there's people who don't want to work at a call center because of how rude people are.
Right.
And then you can't find people that want to work at call centers, and they go overseas. So it's a catch-22.
I witness it. I've had my experience. Again, Nancy, I've witnessed it with her. She does an amazing job with her position and what she does. And at all levels, within the company, and, with people calling in from outside, and the kind of treatment, the truth is, we're taught to treat others the way you want to be treated, right? Mm-hmm. That's the spiritual way, right? But I don't know why people, will call and think that they have a right to mistreat you, to curse at you.
It's entitlement.
Yeah, to curse at you, to think that, you're less than, and you're definitely talented, because you just said you've been taught, with, humble beginnings, but yet, again, your short videos have expressed how well, it's almost, the truth is that when I watch your stuff, I believe that's you. It's like, she's like, wow, damn, she's tough.
Oh no, that's 100% me. There's a difference between being humble and speaking up for yourself. I can still be very humble, and I'm one of those pray with me, don't play with me people.
Okay.
I will sit, and we're going to do a prayer circle right now.
All right.
But don't play with me like that. You're gonna get a whole different side. I'm still respectful.
Right. No,
I will put you in your place in such a respectful way that you'll be like, hold up.
I love that.
I just get cursed out with no curse words.
Exactly. I love the one that she tells the customer, and she's like, well, she says, ma'am, just read the numbers on your card. No, and she just goes right into it, and she kills you with kindness.
Yeah.
And she's like, and she doesn't take it personally. But she tells the person, it's like, okay, I'm sorry that you're having a bad day, but the fact still remains.
I get it. We're human.
There's one that I just heard the other day. I'm sorry, we're going to have to delay your flight, but we're going to give you a $100 voucher. And the lady's pissed off. She goes, well, now you're going to get a $75 voucher.
You either act right.
You're going to get $50. She's like, whoa, what are you doing? Oh, I love it.
She doesn't know how to negotiate.
Right.
She doesn't learn.
Listen, I'm gonna help you out, but don't get like that. When you get like, you're gonna lose all sympathy from me. I am such a good person on the phone. I was such a great call center agent, and they can pull up my calls right now. But the minute you start to act entitled and like I'm beneath you just because I'm taking your phone call, we got a problem.
Right.
Call Houston because we got a problem.
So two things. Everybody, thanks so much. You're listening to the Mix Lab, right, with Jason Rios, your host. I'm Lefty Hernandez. We've got a wonderful guest in the studio here today. We've got the real Veronica, and again,
Sol Mari.
There you go. Thank you, Jay. All right.
He's been working on that all night. He's sitting there like,
he cut me off. I love it, man. That's good. That's good. You can finish my sentence.
I'm gonna say it before I forget how to say it.
So we're definitely having a great show. Continue to call, asking our listeners, please call us 212-650-6903. All right, call in. This is a great show, a great opportunity to talk with the real Veronica. We've got so much more that we want to dive into. So we were talking about what you're doing. What direction are we going, and what do we talked about? We'd love to listen. If there are any producers, anybody out there that think that could definitely elevate this to another level, especially on a visual, like whether it's today's media, you've got television, you've got all these platforms, you've got Netflix, everybody, Paramount, all these people are looking for creativity. They're looking for new things, new shows. And
she's right here.
So if we could put together a great show and get it out there, and the truth is too is that even though we're looking at the videos and finding a lot of laughter and humor in it, we're also talking about some real issues, which means that like you said, right, through comedy, you're getting heard, you're getting respected, and you're getting a point across.
Yes.
And our listeners are calling in or telling us how they share the same experience. Nobody's exempt, right? And so what can we do to continue to marry the two, to not only keep people happy, engaged, and entertained, but to show them a thing or two, to help them? Because a lot of people, they need to work, they love the job, but they don't have the chutzpah to take care of themselves the way they're supposed to, the way they should, or get respected the way they do. So there's definitely something here. So what can we do? Or more than
it starts with setting boundaries and sticking to them. You don't have to be rude, you don't have to be loud, you don't have to be aggressive to speak up and get your point across. It's really just about it's a cliche saying, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. People always ask me, have you ever been fired from a job because of how you are? And I'm like, no, my managers loved me. Like if anything, they're like, Ron, keep making your videos. Like all of my at the airline where I used to work, all of my superiors used to follow me. Every last one of them.
Talk about abuse. They must be afraid of you.
No, because I'm not a scary person. I'm really nice.
It's nice, but talk about where do you get a lot of abuse? I just saw a movie the other day, and every customer, as a matter of fact, the movie on Netflix, Carry On.
I saw that.
Okay. And you saw that, right? And you saw when the people were coming through because of what they were doing, they had to shut down, and how people come out of their face, and everybody talking about, oh, is it because I'm this, or they feel everybody like they're being discriminated, right, or something. But definitely the place where an employee will definitely get abused.
Yeah, absolutely. So one place where I'm going to be on my best behavior every single time is the airport. I love to travel, and I'm not getting on that no-fly list. There is nothing that will cause me to get so angry at an airport to get on that no-fly list, because I will swim to Europe if I have to. Okay, I'm going to travel. So, but the fact that people don't understand that a delayed flight actually, it hurts the airline. Like, they don't want to cancel a flight because now they lost all that revenue, because now they're going to take 100 to 200 people that were on that plane and have to put them on a seat on a plane that's still for sale.
Sure.
So now you can't sell those seats. They're losing money. I'm not defending the airline. I'm just, there's reality that you got to live.
It's a rippling effect.
It's a rippling effect. They don't want to cancel that flight. Trust me when I tell you they don't want to cancel that flight.
Or staying at hotels,
and,
vouchers,
and then delaying it. It all comes down to the customer service of it. How do you fix the issue that is now created, whether it be weather, whether it be maintenance? I don't want to get on a plane that is not safe to be in the sky.
Right.
Okay, we are literally on an aluminum can in the sky. I need it to be as safe as possible. And the fact that you're getting upset with me, I'm not even at the airport. I'm in my house in my pajamas. Okay, my dog is sitting next to me, providing emotional support because you're yelling at me that your flight got delayed. Like, it got delayed for a reason, and people are like, "Oh, well, I'm looking at the weather. It's not raining outside, right? Because you're just flying in a circle. No, you're flying somewhere else. There might be weather in between, and I don't want to see lightning when I'm in the middle of the sky.
And not for nothing. You know what? I mean, even if you look at it through going back to 911. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes things get delayed. Sometimes things get canceled for a reason. And a lot of people survived 911 because that train didn't come, or the bus didn't come, or the plane didn't come. Something broke down. Their car broke down. Sometimes when things happen like this, it's for a reason.
Right.
It's a sign.
Yeah. I'm like, listen, I'll sit back. I understand you might lose your cruise. You might get somewhere late, but it's really not the end of the world. Like, people make such a big deal out of these things, and I'm not saying that their feelings are invalid, but it's okay. Like, it's okay. Just pivot and call another Uber. Your job will not fire you because you're late, because your flight got in late. Sometimes we got to take the responsibility. If you have a cruise at 12 and you're taking a flight at 7, you land at 10, that's already a little bit too close anyway. Like, you got to give yourself time. You have to take the responsibility too for the decisions you make, but it's human nature. They need somebody to blame. They got to be mad at somebody, and the service person is just the easiest target.
Well, we live in a world today that it's that irony, right? That everything is available, we have everything, and yet it's never enough,
right?
And unfortunately, people don't take everything with a grain of salt, or they don't, it's basic common knowledge and sense, and the truth is, like you say, just, appreciate, be humble. But again, your platform is enlightening people, bringing joy to people, and also educating people, right? So I know that you're telling people what to do or not to do as a customer, or even as a professional, in your platform, in your programs. What are we going to be doing? What new shows are in line? What do you got? Anything? What are you working on now?
Yeah, so I just wake up and I say, let me make this video real quick. I make the video, I post it, and I go about my day.
She dreams about
it. I literally have a text thread with myself where I'm like, okay, this is a good idea. Let me do that next week.
There you go.
That's what I do.
So let us see one.
So wait a minute, time out.
What?
Let us see one. We're gonna see one, because I'm not gonna let that go. But you just said something that's really great. Which, again, another key thing. You have your own text thread. Explain that. What do you mean?
Yeah, so I literally just text anytime I have an idea, because I could have a fantastic idea right now, we get distracted, we move on, and then I'm sitting there like, what video can I post? And I knew that I had one, and then I'm like, I didn't write it down, so I forgot. So I literally, if I sit, even right now, if I had a thought in my mind and we talked about something and I'm like, you know what, that's a great idea, I would send myself a text message.
That's amazing.
So that it's there, that when I'm ready to record a video, I go back to my text and I'm like, this one's gonna do good this week.
There you go.
So I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
So to our listeners, if you have, on your creative end, if you want to be content, creators, she just gave us a pointer, man. She just taught us what she does, and so this is it. It's about that, right? I think it's about that, helping each other, right? Help one another, and this is what because one of the problems is a lot of people. I understand you got to protect your creations, right? But there's also, the need to, help a brother.
Oh yeah, I don't gatekeep. That's one thing about me. I don't gatekeep. I'll share. Listen, people have shared with me to help me get where I am. I will always share with other people, because the path that's meant for me and my blessings, they're gonna be mine no matter what. No matter who I share it with. If somebody steals my idea, that's fine. You're not even blessed with a stolen idea. I'm still gonna be okay.
I
So
love that.
don't- yeah.
I love that. I love
I don't
that.
worry about what other people are
I
gonna do.
love that.
Yeah.
There you go, which also speaks volumes to all the people who have taken your creativity. It's not theirs.
Right.
So you know what? You run with it as much as you can. You're only going to hit a wall eventually
exactly.
because it's not yours. It's and we've seen many like movies, I'm sure, where someone steals someone's idea, and when it comes time to like, oh well, tell us how you did this, they can't they can't tell you how they did it because it's not theirs. I love that. So thank you for that. That was amazing. Each one teach one, right?
That's right.
That's beautiful, man.
That's right.
So I really would love to see this, like, you know, and I love it. She said 10 minutes. she pops
That's it.
together
Real quick.
Yeah.
It's so fast. And I don't write them down.
How long are the clips? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, besides the idea that I text myself, I don't ever write my scripts down. They're just in my brain. I talk to myself. I pretend that I'm standing in the other side looking at myself, and that's how it is. That's the process.
So you're saying that when you record it, you do it all in one take?
Yeah.
Wow.
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the real Veronica. The real Veronica. She's truly talented.
Editing and everything.
I do.
Yeah.
And it's so, I actually don't edit too much because I'm like, it is what it is. Like, this is what you see. I promise you is what you get. So sometimes I stutter, sometimes I miss a word, and I'm like, listen, my people love me no matter what.
Let it fly.
I think that's why my content is also so popular because it's just authentic. It's just like, oh, she's just like us. She's not,
Right,
us pretending to be someone else. The people are like, are you really like this? Mm-hmm. I am.
Amazing. That's so awesome. So they're short clips. You're working constantly on stuff. I just want to reiterate the fact that your clips are you being real in front of a camera, playing the parts. And, you know, of if it's a monologue, it's just you. If it's a dialogue, you play, all the roles, and it's in front of camera. And it's not the animated, which we talked about earlier. And it's important to make that clear so that when people now also who are listening, who have supported, who are following, let's say someone who knows you for a year and has been seeing the animated version of you, come to realize, wait, but I love this, but then discover that, wait a minute, I'm actually watching, not watching what I should be watching. I should be watching what she creates, in the real live version.
Yep. I still have a lot of people that comment that and say, oh my God, I didn't even know you were real. And I'm like, hi.
Yeah. All right. And it's important to clear that. It's funny, Nancy, earlier we were talking and she had some questions about that. And to make that clear, what's what? What belongs to you? Who are you? So ladies and gentlemen, the real Veronica, what you see, what you hear right here. What you see as far as their clips are the actual real person, real live monologues, dialogues, trialogues, whatever it takes. The group discussions, how many people are featured in the video. It's all hers. So look out for those on all platforms. And you say it's TikTok, and Instagram.
Give us how can people follow you? How
just all social. So if you go to my Instagram, for example, I have my link tree on there, and it has the link to all of my social media. But it's all the real Veronica with a K.
Okay. Now we'll put that up
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and
awesome.
Facebook.
Once again, guys, anyone who wants to call in, 212-650-6903, call in.
Yeah.
Join the party.
Yeah, and you just, there you go, key, right? So I was going to do something right here. I was just to take a moment. And I was just going to flip.
Yes, I love this. I love this.
I got to flip. So as we mentioned, here with the real Veronica, we've got Sol Mari. And we know, so let's get to know a little bit about Sol Mari. So hi. Tell us a little bit more about you. I know we're putting you on the spot, but you are here and you told us you're a friend. So bring us back. Tell us how this, you guys came to be. Came to be. Yeah, tell us.
Well, I met Veronica. We used to work at a hospital together.
Okay.
And that's where I met her. And we just became good friends from there. And then she moved to Florida, broke my heart, and we never let the friendship end. We remained connected and stood friends throughout everything.
Excellent. Well, right there, that's awesome. another lesson. Right, if you got friends, right, true friends to the end, right. So no matter what happens, close or far,
does not matter.
That's beautiful, and clearly it's been a long time because she mentioned how long ago she left or she's been out there. So you guys have been friends a long time.
About 12 years. Yeah.
Excellent, and so you're still up north here.
Yes, I still live here.
So tell us about you. What do you do?
I work for a union,
Okay.
I am an analyst within the union.
And there's where she gets her.
But I started off in the union as in a call center.
Wow.
So a lot of her skits, I'm able to relate to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you, were you with her, or as being friends, did she share that she had this idea, or did you catch on later about what she was doing?
I actually told her that there's never a dull moment with Veronica. I am always laughing, like she mentioned earlier. I am always laughing with her. And I was new to TikTok, and there are like some influencers who made me laugh. And one day I just randomly told her, why don't you open up a TikTok and start creating? And she was like, oh, people's been telling me that. And let me see what I'll do. And watching her grow has been amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So your experience with her.
Yes.
So, and I guess now too, you're a part of it, and through the friendship. I'm sure you guys collaborate, right? You bounce off her, and right, and she bounces off you, kind of thing. Like
she's my assistant.
There you go. There it is. That's it. She, it's written in stone, and so you are officially. So wherever she goes, you go.
I try to be there too. Yes.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. So kudos. Thanks for being here too,
Thank you for having me.
And the support that you are giving. The real Veronica here. So I it's funny, you said something and I had a thought, and it just.
That's why you gotta have a text thread. That's why you have to text yourself.
You gotta write it down, man. I just in one ear, not the other. It just like went right through my head, man. That's a sign of aging, man. But this is wonderful. Again, so the friends and working together. I do wish you both continued success, and the thought just came back. So I wish you a lot of luck, and hope that this continues to grow the way it does. With the platforms. So, for example, for me, I'm tech savvy. I'm pretty good, and being a DJ all my life and working in the industry, and so I love it. Right, all the technology. We've come into a world of social media, yet I know what they are, and I'll go through them. I don't practice them as much as I should, or take advantage of them as much as I should in a productive way. Because, I don't want to, a lot of people, the social media, you pick it up, and unfortunately, there's a great deal of people out there that, you see them walking in the street. And when there was a time when a family reunion where you all got together and you all chatted with each other, now the family is sitting in the living room and nobody's talking to each other because everybody's looking at their phone, right? And I'm not, I get it. It's fun, looking at your phone on your own time, not when you're with people. It's just as rude as being disrespectful. Anyway, all that to say that, what can you tell listeners that want to utilize these platforms for, whether it's for business, for selling, whatever it is, and because all the different ones. But to this day, I know about TikTok. I haven't opened up an account in TikTok, and I don't know if it's a confession, an admission of whatever that is. But it part of it, there's a little fear with social media because of the fact that you get. There's a lot of not so good stuff and not so good people out there.
People get swallowed up into it,
I think that's the point of it. They want you on the platforms. That's why they pay creators to do what we're doing, so that we can keep people on the platform. I'm doing it for a job because that's my main job right now.
Right. So how do you tell someone like me how do you convert that? How do someone like me convert that?
You just got to be very self-aware. Like, I mean, we have to take responsibility for ourselves as a people. So, I have TikTok. I obviously post on TikTok. I'm not online all the time. I'm not on TikTok all the time. I usually post, I'll comment, because I do interact a lot with my followers, because I want them to know it's me. Like, I'm actually talking to you. But I'm not on there. When I'm not posting my own stuff, I'm very rarely on TikTok.
Okay, so the lesson there is you're not consumed, right? Which is very important.
No, yeah.
Because it can't consume you,
Absolutely.
right? You create something, people listen, and, so you're telling people that to give yourself a time limit, right? Because people, you'll chat and chime in, and next thing you know, 2 hours later, you're still, in front of a screen when you should be in the kitchen cooking or something.
And a lot of these apps actually have where you can set a timer. Like, it'll stop after a certain amount of time. So, I mean, like I said, you have to take responsibility for yourself. You cannot let these apps consume you.
That's another lesson.
They will.
I didn't know. I didn't know
drug.
the timing of it, setting a timer of it. But again, that's a lot of research and work that you have to, so in other words, respect the platform, right? Get in there, learn about it, know what you can and can't do, or what you should or shouldn't do, right? And so you just talked about setting a timer. So doing something, setting it on a timer, putting it out there, and then letting it go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. A lot of people say they don't have time for stuff, but
Sure. That's awesome. No, that's a valid. Again, I'm really enjoying this show because of that fact. Everybody does social media. Everybody's on it every day. I don't think everybody knows all the ins and outs and recognizes the reality of how beneficial or how harmful social media can be.
Yeah.
And it's a question of how you address it or what you do about it. So I, again, thank you for, for showing us and taking us there. And your program. So the Real Veronica, you know what? I'm going to pull that up. Ask people to call in. Continue. It's 212. You tell them. You're the host here.
212-650-6903.
So Jay, before you said do a live one, right?
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
We're still. So go
You're
ahead.
gonna put me on the spot like that.
Come on, it's not like you ain't got it, man. She's probably itching to run with one.
I haven't texted myself.
All right. So
here's my phone.
Right. We'll give you a couple of minutes, right? So people, again, 212-650-6903. We're here with the Real Veronica. If you've seen her and watch her, you know who she is. If you have not, you gotta check her out. The Real Veronica with a K. All right, and amazing satirical sketches that are funny, humorous, and they tap a nerve. They are straight to the point.
That's right.
I love them. Right. They're great. Right. Thank you, Nancy, for turning me on to the Real Veronica, and because of that, and people like you listening and watching, and Jason, we have her here live, and we're introducing her and reintroducing her to all our listeners and everybody out there in social media world. So call us, talk to her. There's a call. I love it.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. Who's there? ¿Quién está ahí?
Thank you for calling the Mix Live. Who's speaking?
Hi, this is Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Veronica. Hi, Sonmari.
Hi.
Yes, I love it. Hi, Lauren.
Hi. So I had a question, kind of wanted to touch on like what you guys were talking about, how social media can be like a scary place. So with Veronica becoming TikTok famous, as I always say, like, she's my famous friend. I wanted to ask her or have her like explain to other people, how does she deal with like negative comments? I don't know if this was already touched on, but like when people comment negatively on your work that you're doing, like how do you deal with that stuff?
So, I mean, you know me, so you know that those negative comments really do nothing to me. I laugh. I try not to engage too much with the negative comments, not because they affect me, but because I have millions of followers that want me to respond to them. And for example, if I'm only responding to 50 people today, I don't want to take away one of those spots of the 50 people to respond to a negative person. I rather spend all 50 people that I'm going to be responding to somebody that was going to get excited that I responded to them, somebody that's not out there looking for a bad reaction out of me. So I really just ignore them. There are days that I wake up and I'm like, I'm fighting everybody today. I'm gonna fight everybody on my comment section today. But most of the time they're just looking for attention. And what I've learned is that when people are negative or, they're mean or they're rude, it's a reflection of who they are. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with Veronica. They don't know me. They know what they see online. So it doesn't affect me. We say in Spanish, las palabras se las lleva el viento. And that's the honest to God truth. It means that the words mean nothing. You just let them roll right off your shoulder. And I live that every single day. People are going to have something negative to say no matter what. So I don't take people's words too seriously when it's a negative thing.
Awesome. Lauren, that was a great question. Thank you so much for that.
It was.
Thank you.
That really was. No, it's the truth. It's not easy, right, Lauren? So people like, every day too, you wake up, every day's not always, going to be a great day. and you can be offended or affected easily.
Yeah.
And how you respond. It's funny, right? We talk to people, and somebody will say something, and if we're not careful, we shoot out. Our mouth, what comes out of us is faster than what we think. Mm-hmm. We got another call. Yeah. So you got to be careful. But thank you so much, Lauren, for that great question.
Lauren.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks again. We've got another call. I love it. People calling in, but it's the truth. As we get that call coming in, you got it? Oh, still coming in. There you go. I think we got it. Are you there?
No, hold on a second. Oh, they hung up.
Call us again. We're pardon us for the phone challenges that we're having here, as we got one line coming in. So
I need an extra arm. That's what it is.
Yeah, we need like an octopus. The old-fashioned phones, right? That had the 10 banks.
No, the rotary.
The rotary. No, that had all the push buttons. It was like that's calling. Hello, please hold. That's calling. Please hold.
Yeah.
That's so that's what we need right here. So
call back 212-650-6903.
Yeah, but that was a great question, and I think in that too, while you guys were talking about that, in what you do, it seemed as though there was another opportunity to kind of do other skits that says, and we've been talking about this all evening, let's do the right thing, let's take care of the thing, but let's do it with kindness, right? Like you said, words, but not everybody, takes words lightly, or not people are easily offended.
Yeah.
And again, as I was saying, they shoot out, off the mouth before they think about what they're going to say.
Yeah.
And know this, and this, that once the words are out,
Mm-hmm.
they're out.
They're like bullets.
You cannot take them back.
Yep.
So I'm sorry after the fact really doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Because you've already put it out there.
Yeah.
You've already wounded somebody. You already hurt somebody. You don't know the state of mind someone's in, and words are powerful.
Right.
Words are very powerful.
We were actually having a conversation the other day. We have like these conversation starters, and one of the questions was, have we ever done anything that we've regretted? And my answer was, I really don't, because I do think before I speak. I never want to hurt somebody's feelings. I never want to make somebody feel, that I've offended them, disrespected. I'm not rude. So I think before I speak, even in a discussion, in a disagreement, in an argument, I only say what I mean, because I'm not going to apologize, because in that moment I said what I meant, to say. So I think that's also very important, is to take a second and think about what you're going to say, because like you said, once those words come out, sorry doesn't mean anything. You said what you meant to say.
Yeah.
So it's important that the words that you're saying, they mean something, and they matter, and they have weight to them.
The words matter. Thank you for that. So Jason, he's DJ, he's out. I'm out spinning. I've worked in radio. We're behind microphones, right? And I love the idea, because it's the opportunity to where we have one-on-one. It's great, but the word, radio is broadcasting, right? And the word in by definition is reaching a mass audience, which is great. It's great to put out, information, but, and I know we've talked about it, but it can be sometimes wanting to get up in front of a lot of people, or doing what you do on a platform, right? But knowing that we're hoping that it affects everybody in a great way, but not everybody responds that way. So it's that saying that you got to take the good with the bad. And that sometimes can be scary. I know sometimes for me, like, I want to do things, I want to get out there, but it also sometimes is scary, because like, you got to be ready that people are going to push back, or they're going to hate you just because you're standing there. They know nothing about you. They know nothing about you, but guess what? They may not like the way you look, the way you sound, or don't like the fact that, you're a content creator, and, they're not doing anything with this, whatever it is, whatever the reason may be, so how do you get around that? How do you continue to push through? I mean, I know you say what you say, you stand behind your beliefs, but getting up every day and saying, I'm going to continue to do this, have faith, be strong. So how do you do that?
I think the fact that I never have any ill intention behind anything I do makes me just kind of go about my day. Like, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not intending to hurt anybody. And if I do, I apologize. Like if I hurt you and I didn't mean to, but I can tell that it affected you, I'm going to apologize. I have no problem with that at all. But I think because I'm not out there intentionally hurting people, I have no issues with how I am, who I am, how I live my life, the day, how I go about my day, because I don't have any hidden motives. I don't have anything that I'm doing that I got to be like, let me be careful, because no, I'm literally just out here trying to make people laugh, trying to have people realize that they can use their voice. And just we all need somebody to listen to us. So everybody wants to be heard, and I think that that's why so many of my followers resonate with me, because when they comment, I respond and I'm like, I got you, don't worry, let me explain this to you, let me or they'll tell me their whole entire story on a comment section, and I'll respond, because people just want to be heard. And that's another reason why I think my content is so popular, is because people feel like, oh wow, somebody else out there is going through what I'm going through. And it's not necessarily just customer service. That's why people have to speak up with the issues that they have, the personal issues, the depression, the stress, the anxiety. Is so important for you to get your voice out there, because I promise you, you're not the only one going through it. You have a community of people out there that are going through the exact same thing you're going through. There's not a single thing in this earth that somebody else hasn't gone through.
That's right.
So find your tribe. There's going to be people who are going to be like, oh my God, you're my people, because you know exactly what I went through. And that's like support groups and stuff like that exist for that very reason. Get your voice out there, because I promise you there's somebody out there thinking they're alone, just like you're thinking you're alone. And that's how you start to heal. And that's what it has a lot to do with, is healing, that internal
Amazing.
healing.
You are so awesome. Everything that you just shared right there. No, really, you understand that, you talked about in what you just said, respect, right? Say something, how you're feeling. We're not alone. Share your thoughts, be mindful of others and help one another, so that is and again, you're doing it on a platform, and you definitely have mastered what you're doing, right? And I got to say that I'm sure that the more you do it, it probably becomes even more challenging because of the kind of growth that it takes on, so therefore you're reaching out to people, and people are responding, and you're helping them out, and you kind of feel like it almost becomes like feeling that obligation that you're doing the right thing for others, and people are now finding you and saying thank you and sharing. And so you become a counselor, or you become a person,
a priest.
I think I've naturally been that person throughout my whole life. People have always gravitated towards me because I am a listener, and I try to look at things from all sides. I try to be unbiased when I'm giving advice or my opinion, or just being a listening ear. So I've always been that person for people. People have always gravitated towards me to tell me, I can meet somebody today and I'll know their whole entire life story, and they'll be like, I don't know why I told you that. And I'm like, don't worry, I got it. I know why you told me that.
You make them comfortable.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
They're comfortable with you. They're comfortable. There's something about you, and you're talented. Those are your talent, right? So you said it earlier too, right? Everybody, you have your blessings, your gifts. This is your gift. This is your gift.
It took me a while to realize that.
And what you do with your gift. And again, for all our listeners, everyone has a particular gift, a particular talent. Spiritually speaking, it says, you have to utilize your talents, or else, and this is yours. And so with that said, I hope you continue to do that and reach people. And in comparison, like, so you think about a comedian. Comedy is great. Comedy is good for the soul, right? You're told it's good to laugh. But I'm also seeing that it's becoming harder and harder for comedians to be funny, because everyone is taking offense to everything that they're saying. Of course, it's
they're being
thin
told
line.
what to say.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like everything has to be done now. It's like imagine now you're ready to drop some content out on people, right? And somebody picks you up and they're like, oh, Veronica, you're going to be working with us. We're going to give you this amount of money, but from now on, I want you to do this.
Of course.
Do it like this. And people want to start changing, what you created, know?
Yeah. Well, that's, historically, and we see it, where the local comedian is on a stage and he's funny. Then all of a sudden he gets picked up by a national, by someone, and they love it, and they're putting him on tour and all over the place. But now, because he's being paid by them, they now have the entitlement of owning you, right?
Yeah.
You know, they have the right. Oh no, you can't do this, or you
that's
can't.
what
do
happened
that.
to David Chappelle. They offered him millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
for him to say something or, like downplay. He was like, I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to write.
And he stood on his word, and he even got more pop.
I've always wondered about that. Like, if they come to me and they're like, Veronica, we want you, but you can't say God or you can't say Jesus. And I'm like,
yeah,
you could keep your money.
Yeah.
You could keep your money.
There's a DJ in the house music community. His name is Dennis Ferrer. And once we were in Miami, and he was going to play in the club called The Mansion. I believe it was The Mansion. And the owner told him, listen, I want you to play top 40. And he told him, I don't play top 40. I play house music. Mm-hmm. And they went on back and forth. He was like, I'm not going to play it. And would you believe the owner told him, you know what? You can leave.
I believe him.
And he left. And you know what happened?
So did the crowd.
For that whole Winter Music Conference, not only did the club get emptied, but they started having everybody go. They had girls go out there, give out flyers. Oh, you're coming for free. Nobody wanted to go back. You know, and he had to humble himself, apologize, and let Dennis come back.
That's right.
To be Dennis.
Yeah.
To, who he is.
No,
That's right.
yeah, that's a problem. That is definitely a problem. The truth is, we grew up watching movies. Hollywood is the first example. Back, when they all started Hollywood, guess what? They want to do a movie. They love, who you are, where you come from, and the first thing they do is that they want everything that you're offering, everything you bring to the table, and the first thing they do is like, well, we're gonna have someone else play you.
Right.
Yeah. You just reminded me of the movie. You ever seen the 5 Heartbeats?
I love. Yeah.
And he got the 5 Horsemen. They did a track. I got nothing but love for you or something.
Yeah.
And he got 5 different people to do it. And they were looking at him like, what the hell is wrong with you?
But that's the case. That's no different, right? So if someone comes to you, they love our show. Guess what? You got a great show. We're gonna replace you with with these two other personalities. Whatever. And
Veronica and Sumari.
Right. This is our show now.
yeah. Tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll be back.
Right, where your host will be, the real Veronica and Somari. I love that. He said Somari. So we are having a great show. People, we continue to ask you to call in. We still have time. 212-650-6903. All right, give us a call. And the real Veronica, tell us more, man. We want more.
Do you have any children?
I don't. I have a dog. Well, I have 2 dogs, but the little one doesn't like me. So my baby is Luca. He's my Roddy, and he's just my soulmate. No kids though.
Awesome. Okay.
No children.
No, the only reason I ask is because children, they tend to follow, and pick up with where their parents left off. And,
we were just talking about that
I
today.
can imagine now a little Veronica.
Right, we were talking about that. How sassy my future daughter is going to be, because my mom is sassy. Yeah. My mom, I call her firecracker, and so I said, you know what, my daughter is going to be sassy as hell. I'm going to need a lot of patience when I have a child.
All right,
that's going to be fun.
I got so here's another great question. I think this man right here. So we do a radio show. We do music. I'm an audio person. I love music. I love sound, turntables and all that, behind the scene kind of thing. He puts it all on camera. What you do is on camera. So tell us about how you put together your shows. What do you use? I mean, I don't want to give away trade secrets.
Literally just that. Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra.
Dude, tell him again. Samsung what?
Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra.
Right, but you have the new version.
I don't. I've had this phone for 5 years.
Yeah, but he has the Obama.
No. Listen. Ladies and gentlemen, next week I will be hosting your show solo.
I do it on my phone. I record everything on my phone. I edit it on my phone, and I upload it on my phone. Everything is on my phone.
Really? And from there you transfer it right out to the platforms?
Right up to my platforms.
That is amazing. Mm-hmm. You know what? I think it's people like us that we complicate things.
No, I use my phone for a lot of stuff.
All right, I think people like me complicate.
Yeah. We is a lot of people, so that's just you.
Don't try to include me in your head.
Yeah,
man,
even starting a podcast, and it's right on my phone with the microphone attached right to my cell phone.
You know what? we still, how much time we got? Tell us about your podcast.
I haven't started it yet, but it's gonna be called Vibe with V.
Vibe with V.
Yeah, and I'm calling it a mini cast because it's not gonna be no long. It's gonna be like a little 15-minute segment.
That's fine.
Of me just spitting stuff. Me just talking.
Well, where will it be found?
It'll probably be on my YouTube. It'll probably be like a subscription on YouTube.
You didn't tell us about your YouTube. Oh my God!
It's just more of the same.
No, but you gotta tell us these things, man. Are you kidding? Wait, so now we've got a mini cast. A podcast mini cast. We got a call. To make it quick because we got a lot of information.
Thank you for calling the Mix Lab. It's Jason who's speaking.
Well, hello. I am elated that I finally got through to you guys.
Amen. We're glad you did too.
Okay, they keep trying. As I said, there's no way you guys are going to have this show this great, and I can't get through. This is just not going to happen. So
Talk to us.
Tell us who's speaking.
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is AJ.
AJ?
And, AJ, like AJ.
Yeah, there you go. Welcome, AJ.
Yeah. And I had been watching our sister, Miss Veronica, just crushing it like forever. I sure wish I knew her back in the day because I would have definitely needed her. Most of these wonderful people in corporate America that just treat us as underlings, it was just like horrid. And the way that she comes back with these answers just to make them just sit there and pause, because that's all they can do, because they don't have nothing else to say, because she's dropping the gems. And I just had to just get through. If I don't get about 5 minutes just to say, Veronica, we wish you had known you back then, but even in this day and age, in 2025, you have given us hope. You made us come alive again. And be vibrant with our words when we have to talk to people in a civil and calm way. But if they get a little bit off the chain, we can gladly pull them back. But you do it with finesse, and I just want to just get that.
Thank you, AJ. No, I love that. I get a lot of comments like that. A lot of people tell me like, I wish you were around 20 years ago when I was in corporate, because I could have used some of your stuff.
Yeah, you don't know the craziness these people had us under. It was like they had us under a spell. Like whatever we tell you to do, you do it. If we tell you to
exactly,
you do it.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, we survived, but man, psychologically, I'm still trying to get the rest of those things out of my head.
I get it. I understand.
That.
Maybe in our next life, I'll be around a little sooner, and then.
You too, okay? And you're gonna have that daughter with you too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Little sassy mini Veronica.
Unbelievable.
That is so awesome. So AJ, tell us where do you watch Veronica? Where do you how long have you been?
I watch her on Instagram.
Okay.
Right.
For how long?
And I'm like you, Jason. With the social media, it's like, who do I go? Where do I go? Who do I trust? I mean, because it's frightening. You don't know where to go or who to go, and you got to make sure that your stuff is not being put out there. Inadvertently. You just don't want those things to happen. You don't wish it, but that doubt it messes with your head so much. So you'd be like afraid, like I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not. You don't want to do that. But Veronica, she made her point clear. She used what she had, which were the tools, which is the phone. And she made it work so seamlessly. It's like, if girlfriend can do this, what is our problem?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, my motto for 2025 is why not me? That's the honest to God truth. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I promise you.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
AJ, thank you so much for that. That was awesome.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys have this platform out here. And like I said, even though I had to keep on trying to make sure to get through, just to give my props, to Miss Veronica. Keep doing what you're doing, girlfriend. And trust me, this community out there, they love you, and then some.
Thank you, AJ.
The radio station, please keep putting out this kind of content that we really need to hear.
You got it.
That other stuff out there is just not happening. And we just like,
awesome.
We can't do this no more.
Thank you so much, AJ.
Thank you so
Blessings
much,
to you, AJ. Thank you so much for that. Yes, we will. Thank you. And keep listening. We appreciate you.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Take care.
So tell us, Veronica, tell us about this customer service academy.
Well, so Lefty asked earlier what else is out there for me. So aside from content creation, I created a professional development coaching program. Because my content is satire, I can't have people getting fired because they're doing what I'm doing on my videos. So I started coaching people on how to provide actual good customer service, how to de-escalate, how to, not leave work crying, because a lot of people tell me I leave work crying. I hate my customer service job. I hate my call center job.
Right.
And so I put together this program. It's literally just a one-on-one coaching. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to give you the tools you need to be a good customer service rep, not get walked all over, and provide that service that your company needs.
Is there anything that you don't do?
Yeah, really.
No, I'm multifaceted. I am. Listen, I'm a unicorn.
Yeah, all this in the last 18 minutes.
I know, so sorry.
You know what? We got to bring it back. Tell us where people can learn more or reach you on that last note.
Yep. So the Customer Service Academy by V.com.
Did you get that? Maybe write that down. The Customer
Service.
Sorry,
Academy.
It doesn't say the. It's Customer Service Academy by V. So by Veronica.
Customer, all in one word?
Yep. Customer Service Academy by V.com.
Academy. Spell Academy.
Academy.
Oh my God, too many letters all in front of me.
I told you. Should have dropped that. I told you not to. No.
It is a very long. The handle wasn't available.
Right. Customer Service Academy
by V.com.
BY the letter V.
Yep.
.com. Okay, I think I got it.
And people can literally sign up on there. They choose their date, they make their payment, and that's it.
See,
we have a whole coaching session. It's about 2 hours.
We got another call. Go ahead. Say that again. Repeat that.
It's a 2-hour coaching session. I do group sessions and one-on-one sessions.
Awesome.
And with that, we got another call, right?
Okay. Who's speaking?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Olga.
Hi, Olga.
Hi,
Thank
Olga.
you for calling.
Hi, how you doing? I just want to say that I love Veronica because she gave me courage to put my foot down when people try to disrespect me.
I love that.
I love it.
This makes me so happy.
This is awesome.
And you know what? I thought she was an animation first, and it was so funny. And I was like, wow, this animation is so funny. She's really putting that person on check. And then I found out that it's really a real person. I was like, what?
So I guess you thought it was AI, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's the other
I don't
scary
know,
part.
but it was the animation. But when I found out it was a real person and she's Puerto Rican, I was like, Wepa.
That's right. That's right. Boricua, para que lo sepa.
And when you said what? What was that you said?
I said, Wepa.
We in the right place, man. Bienvenido. Welcome home. That's exciting.
So every time I go somewhere and they try it on me, I'll be like, what would Veronica say right now? Let me channel her.
Yes, I love that.
Oh my God,
Hey,
that is
they don't try it
awesome.
no more.
I love that.
That is beautiful. I love that. Share that, and thank you so much for that. That is so. It's good to know that you've got great positive influence.
Well, we thank you for calling, Olga.
Olga, where you from? Olga, where you from? Y no me diga Puerto Rico.
New York.
New York. All right.
Where are you calling us from? What town?
From New York.
Pero, okay, all right. New York is good. I'll buy New York. Well, thank you for calling, Olga. We appreciate you
Thank
calling.
you,
us.
Olga.
You're welcome. Bye
All
bye.
right.
Bye.
Awesome.
Take care.
Awesome. So you see, it comes down to the wire. We're learning so much. Tell us about the YouTube again. What was the Real Veronica on YouTube?
Yeah, it's the Real Veronica on YouTube on all platforms.
And it's just the same skits.
Yeah, I put my skits up there. That's where I also started my Customer Service Academy on YouTube, and then I didn't follow up with it, but now I have it as a coaching session.
Because these things are not, again, they're not easy. It's a great idea. I love them. They're great ideas. Yeah. The platforms, but once you trigger these things, the follow up and the kind of work, what it takes, to continue, to do what you're doing in order for it to grow, right? And this is what homegrown, right? What they call grassroots, right? And yet you've taken it in a short time very far, and that in itself is amazing. It's also a lesson, and this is what I'm hoping that our listeners are tapping into, that we can do this.
And it's funny because it's like like when you love what you do, it's no longer work. It's like it just comes naturally, you know.
Listen, it took me a very long time to realize that, but I'm not going back. That's why I left corporate. That's why I left the airline.
Good for you.
I was so bored working that I know that everybody says I don't want to work anymore. I really didn't want to work anymore because I wasn't doing what I was meant to be doing.
Right.
And now that I'm doing my skits, I'm acting, I'm starting to get into commercials and stuff like that. I feel like I'm in such a better place mentally. I'm in my element. I'm enjoying my life. I'm loving it. And it's so important to realize that those dreams that we have when we're kids, we can't always follow them because sometimes, for example, acting has always been my passion, but life circumstances pulled me away from it. I had to take care of my mom. I was working 2 jobs. I just didn't have the time for it.
Things happen.
So those dreams when we're children, they're there for a reason, and we don't always get to make them a reality. And I took control last year. I said, I'm making this happen. She can tell you, I'm making this happen. I left my job where I was getting paid really good money. I left my job. I walked out on faith, and I'm like, guts. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And it's going to be a year next month that I left my job, and there hasn't been a moment that I've regretted it.
No, listen, God has a plan for you, you know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And, you know, again, and you said something that's wonderful, and I love it because the truth is, right, never give up on your dreams.
Ever.
Never give up on your dreams. And what happens is that life happens, and as life continues to happen, you get pulled farther and farther away from your dreams. And unfortunately, we end up believing what we're sold and actually stop believing in ourselves. And that another great lesson here today that you've given us in that just continue to do what you do, what you were meant to do. Those dreams as a kid, what you just said, they're there for a reason. I totally agree. I totally believe that. It's not a coincidence. You know, I'm always asking myself the why, you know, what's going on and where should I be? But then in retrospect, you think about those things that you had all your life, and you realize, well, that's not far-fetched, or if, you know, that's where you need to be, and you're doing that. Oh my goodness.
That's why I said, go ahead.
I just wanted to add, to also take risks. I saw her doing things I'd be too afraid of. Like, she gave up her job. She wanted to be her own boss, and she did it.
Yeah,
and now
scary.
look where she's at. So taking risk is like another.
Yeah, it's very, very scary. With that said, though, part of that too is that, you know, so you take a risk and you go out and you say, I'm going to do this. But the next hard step is, where do you begin? How do you do this? You know, what actions do you take? You know, you want to take actions that you feel like you're not wasting your time, that you're not going in circles, right? So, you know, and I agree, take risk, right? I got a word for you that it can be played 2 ways. And that word is fear, right? So fear, and everyone has fears. So fear can either be in your life, it could be, and I'm not going to be the explicit, I'm not going to use the explicit word, but fear can be forget everything and run. All right. So that could be fear, or it could be, you know, face everything and resolve.
Yep. Right.
So the choice is yours.
Yeah. I can tell you I'm not afraid of anything. She can tell you, my mom can tell you. When I tell you I make these decisions sometimes and I'm like, am I crazy? Yeah, I am. Oh, well, I'll be crazy.
But it's only because you walk, like you said before, you're walking by faith.
In faith, 100%.
And for as long as you walk in faith, by faith, and led, you know, you got nothing to fear.
At all.
Walk by faith, not by sight.
Exactly.
I'm blind anyway. I can't walk by sight even if I wanted to.
Oh, this is amazing. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say once again, look what happened.
Yeah. What's that?
It's almost time.
Oh, I know. No, but we still, but remember that clock, we're behind 2 minutes, so we actually got less time.
Oh.
But I want to say something else, very important, on everything that you just tapped on. John Leguizamo, everyone knows, you know, a great, you know, actor, right? And more, I admire him more and more. I actually was honored. I was graced by meeting him a long time ago, and we'll talk about how that happened some other time. But to this day, he is out putting out, you know, the voice that Latinos are Latinos, who we are, where we're from, the roles we play in this world, not in this country, in this world. Okay, and I admire, I love that. And with that said, in this room right here, this show, so Jason, where are you from, Jason? Where are your roots from? Jason? ¿De qué país?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Hey, Veronica.
Puerto Rico.
De Puerto Rico.
Representing in the house. De la isla del encanto.
But to say that, and of course, you know, we represent, you know, Puerto Ricans, but we also represent Hispanics around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Right. And so with that said, it's very important that, especially in these modern times, the importance of staying together, of working together, of helping
Uplifting each other.
uplifting each other. Okay? And so right here, this is us.
Right.
What we did right here, this is our show. Okay? And this is, you know, our people, we did this. Okay? And what you're doing, you know, so I love it, and I just encourage that we continue to do this.
Yeah.
And once we leave here, I'm sure we're going to talk, you know, because we got to continue to do this.
Right.
But the importance, we got another call. Oh, I love it.
Okay,
Come on in.
this is our last call. Huh?
Come on, come in. Come in.
Thank you for calling the Mix Live. Who's speaking?
Hi, is Veronica still on the air?
She's still on the air.
She is.
So are you.
Yay! I'm so excited!
Who's speaking?
Maricela from Aurora, Illinois, right outside Chicago.
I love it.
Hi,
Welcome.
Maricela.
The Windy City. Well, next door.
The Frozen City, more like it.
Maricela, talk to Veronica.
Mira, Veronica, I have to tell you something. I've been following you, I don't know, forever today. But anyway, one thing I like about Veronica is that she has millions of followers, and I don't know if she's going to remember this message that I send her, but she always takes the time out to respond, even if it's a like or a thumbs up or whatever. She takes out the time to really respond to people, and I think that that's what makes her so beloved among so many people. And and so I try to. My girl's like, oh, she sent me like the cartoon. She goes, oh, have you seen this cartoon? It's so funny. I said, oh no, girl, you cannot be watching that. You have to find the real. She's a real person. So anybody that sends it to me, I always like tell them to find her, and she always gives me such good feelings because I am battling breast cancer right now, and my dream was always to be a comedian, and I did one show, and then I went to school, and I just at Second City, and I did the little show after graduation and stuff, and she really inspires me to keep going.
God bless you.
You know, the first battle comes first. That one comes first.
That's
but
right.
getting up every day and listening to something funny or listening to something positive that she has to say, and her no-nonsense bullshit, I love it. Like, you know.
I love that. First of all, sending you so much love and so many hugs.
All of us.
I
Yes.
pray that everything works out favorably for you. I'm sending you a lot of prayers, but I really do love that. I think that if comedy is your thing, girl, go for it. Just
Yes,
do it.
yes,
Even if
yes.
it's small time, even if it's you recording in your own house and posting it, just do it. Like, life is too short not to follow those dreams
That's
that we
right.
have. And
Yes.
and I love when people succeed and follow their dreams and live their best happy lives. You know, I'm 36, and people sometimes think that 36, 40 is like, okay, now I'm winding down.
Yeah.
We're just starting. Like, you still have so much time.
I'm much older than you,
time.
and I'm still just starting.
There's no time limit. Life is life. Life is every day. Life is
Yeah,
the moment. What
yeah.
you do with it right here, right now, Maricela. So you do what you do
Yes.
and do it right now.
Absolutely.
Sigue
I
pa'lante.
just turned 59. I'm going into my 60th year.
All right, all right.
I tell people all the time, especially when you're faced with difficulties, listen, you know, enjoy life.
Yeah.
All the
Every second of it.
You know, because I'm not going to get back yesterday. I'm not going to get back, you know, cry if you have to cry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always look at the cup half full.
There
You
you
always
go.
have to look at the cup half full, because if you look at it half empty, you're beating yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I love it.
My best friend
Mari-
cries every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Gotta hold it in.
Maricela, you are a blessing.
And we thank you for calling in.
Chicago. I keep telling her.
I love Chicago.
We're gonna get. You know what? We're gonna get out there. We're gonna do some DJ shows out there too. I got a friend
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
You know Pablo Punk Out Gonzalez?
Yes, I've heard of him.
He's my boy. You kidding? I know him 30 years. He's amazing. So we're gonna get out there. Listen, the power of prayer. We're all gonna pray, and we're gonna, you know, for you and be together.
I just can't believe that I got through. I actually got to listen to her for real.
Oh,
God
I
bless
love
you.
that, Maricela. Thank you so much.
All the best to you. Thank you so much for calling in. So you are actually our last call. Thank you so much from the Windy City.
Thank you. Have
Thank
a blessed
you.
You too.
And God bless.
Thank you, baby. God bless. Thank you so much. Yes, and we are at that point in the show. Oh my God. So I don't know. You gotta take us out. Actually, keep us in. Don't take us out. Keep us in. Keep us in. Keep us in the tune. So the real Veronica, what for this show? Because it's definitely not the last time you're going to be here. What do you got to say? What would you like to share with us?
I would like to say thank you for calling customer service. This is Veronica. How can I help you?
Unbelievable.
I love it. Listen, I've been trying to get through to you for hours. Okay, where's my check? Where is?
Okay, so if you stop complaining, we can get through this faster. Goodbye.
Now you're getting $20.
The real, ladies and gentlemen, the real Veronica.
We thank you so much for
Thank you.
We cannot thank you enough
joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
Our
it.
listeners, thank you
We
too.
want to thank you guys all. Yeah,
all the calls, all the comments. This show has been amazing. The real Veronica, Sol Mari, you've been wonderful too. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful, beautiful, cold New York City day, but definitely worth every moment. So
Every moment.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
here
you.
today. We're gonna bring you back.
Yes, I'll be here.
We have to, man. It's awesome.
In the spring, please.
This is our first show of the year.
First show we've got more.
And we started off with a blast. So
who we got next week?
We're gonna be walking on faith that we're gonna continue doing blasts and blasts.
There you go. We've got somebody up for next week.
We have
I can't,
Mark Blake next week.
Mark Blake next week. Okay, awesome.
Well,
So
guys, once again, thank you for calling the Mix Lab. Thank you for tuning in with Jason Rios. And
I'm Lefty Hernandez.
And I want to thank our special guests, the real Veronica and Sumari.
I got it right. Go ahead, Jay.
I said it right. Solmari.
Yeah.
Solmari.
That's what I said. You guys are not listening, right?
Dilo bien. Solmari.
And until next week, blessings, and more blessings.
Keep listening. Yeah, we'll see you on the radio.
Take care, guys.
God bless.
Welcome to the Mix Lab with your host, Jason Rios and Lefty Hernandez. Right here on WHCR 90.3 FM. Join us every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. as we showcase DJs, producers, and artists from all over the world. Get the inside track on what they have in store for us, where they'll be playing at next, and when they're dropping that latest upcoming release. Get all of that right here on the Mix Lab with Jason Rios and Lefty Hernandez on WHCR 90.3 FM, the one, the only, the voice of Harlem.
Last chance for love. Yes, it's my last chance for romance tonight. I need you by me, beside me, to guide me. Hold me, scold me, 'cause when I'm bad, I'm so bad. So let's dance, let's dance, let's dance, let's dance tonight.
Don't touch that dial. Keep it locked on WHCR.